Section 6, Chapter 4. The next week's the end of the 9 weeks, so it'll be directly afterwards. Section 6, Other Display Datas. Again, we're still on Chapter 4. First off, we're going to talk about a stem and leaf plot. Stem and leaf plots are very easy, not hard to construct. It says a stem and leaf plot is a way to arrange a set of data. We can see how spread out the data is by looking at the plot. The stems and leaves can be arranged many different ways. You can have the stems being the tens, the leaves being the ones. You can have the whole and decimal, to where the stems the whole number, the leaves are the decimals, and so on and so forth. Each stem and leaf plot should have a key explaining the nature of the stems and leaves. To the right is an example, or below is an example of a stem and leaf plot. We took these group of numbers, and again, a stem and leaf plot is simply a way of organizing numbers. We took this group of numbers and we organized them in a stem and leaf plot to where our stems here were our tens digits, our leaves were our one digits. Such as the number 32. The first number would be, okay, the stem would be 3, the leaf would be 2, so 32 is represented right here with this 3 and this 2. The second number, 32, same thing. 34 is 3, 4. 43 is 4, 43. To where, and it does give us a key over here to where 1/2 means 12. Or 1, and then on the other side 2 is 12. So, first problem, we jump straight into example. It says construct a stem and leaf plot for the data below. Notice instead of having like 13s, 14s, 23s, 38s, we have 2.3, 2.1. And you can make a stem and leaf plot for this to where you got to be careful about the key though. Let's start out with a key. On this one, our 1/3, I'm just making up those numbers just for a key. 1/3 is going to mean 1.3. So put that up somewhere to where people knows when they see your stem and leaf plot that you've got a 1, and when I would say 1/, if you have a 1 on this side of your stem and leaf plot and you have a 3 on this side, that means 1/3, that means 1.3. Let's talk about what our stems are going to be and what our leaves are going to be. Notice all your numbers. What all numbers do we need for stems? Do we need a 0 for a stem? Is there a 0 point anything? No. Is there 1 point anything? Yeah. 2 point anything? 3? Yeah. 4? Yes. 5? No. And then that's no 6s, 7s, 8 or anything like that. So our stems, so it was 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is that it? Our leaves. Okay, let's talk about our leaves now. And I would like for you to put these in order. We'll put them out of order, and then we'll go back and we'll rearrange them. So let me do this and make things a little bit easier. Let me minimize this and bring this down a little bit. There we go. Let's do all of our ones first. So in our ones for the stem, okay, now let's talk about our leaves. 1.6, comma, 1. Let's see. Let's go across. It might make things easier. 1.5, 1.1. Is that all of them? 1.9. Right? Is there 2 1.9s? And you might want to do this as you're kind of like what we did the other day. As you write those down, you might want to mark them out just to make sure you don't do them again. So 1.5, 1.9s. We got 1.6. 1.1, is that all of them? So we should have 5 different ones on there. Yeah, that's right. And go back and again, if you notice, they're always put in order. So 15699. There you go. And that's it, guys. Now let's do our 2s. We've got, let's do them in order. 2.3, 2.1. So we got 3, 1. Let's go in order again. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 4, 8, 2, 1, 4, 8, 2, 0, 1, 2, 7, 0, 1, 2, 7, 8, 1. There's lots of Lots of leaves for 2. Do what? 2.0. Right here. Yep. Now our 3s, we don't have, well, let's put those in order first. We had, I'll write them in order down here and then I'll drag them up. Let's see, 0, 1. How many 1s we got? We got 3 1s, 4 1s. So 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. 4 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4 2s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2s. We have 1, 3. We have 1, 4. We have 7 and 2 8s. Is that all of them? And this is what I'll do just to make things a little bit easier. Too bad you can't do that, right? That make things a little bit easier. Copy, paste. Don't you wish every pencil had a copy and paste button on it to where you can just, okay, let's just copy this and move it up here on my paper. Just wait. My prediction, there will come a day to where even your notebooks, you'll be able to do stuff like that. 3s. We have 3, 1, 0, 6. We can put those in order. 0, 1, 3, 6. I'd be a rich man. And 4.7. There you go. There's your stem and leaf plot. That's it. That's it. So, any questions about how to make a stem and leaf plot? Histograms. A histogram is a lot like a bar graph. Let me explain the difference though. And I thought I had a picture of a histogram. It says a histogram is a bar graph that gives a frequency of different types of data. The horizontal axis is divided into equal ranges. That's the difference. There's no space between the bars, yeah. And the height of the bar represents the range's frequency. So instead of, let's explain the difference between a histogram and a bar graph. If I want to do a bar graph for this information, I would have to come down here and say, okay, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, and then tell how many of each I have. Do you notice there's not a lot of each? Like 1.1, there's only one of those. 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, there's not any of those. 1.5, there's only one of those. And you'd have to do 1.6, 1.7, and you'd have to do all the different ones. With a histogram, we just do a range. We do all the numbers from 1 to 1.99. We do all the numbers from 2 to 2. Just any range. That makes sense. That's the difference. To where, what if I wanted to do the people that live in Woodville, their ages. The ages of everybody that lives in Woodville. Would it be better to do a bar graph or a histogram? Histogram, because if not, you're going to have to start with age 0 for the newborns. Then you're going to have to do age 1, age 2, age 3, age 4, and you're going to have like 80 different categories on your bar graph with, just a few people in each category. The best way to have done that one was say, okay, all the people from 0 to 5, all the people from 6 to 10, all the people from 11 to 15, and so on and so forth, to where then you don't have as many categories. That's histogram. Bar graphs has one per category. So it says do a histogram for this information. So let me move it over and we'll try to just do our histogram right down here. Yep. So let's see, we've got, and again, a histogram looks a lot like a bar graph. A bar graph, well, they're touching, but again, I just went over the other difference. You've got, instead of individual things, you have groups. Like all the numbers from here to here, and that's the reason they touch, is because you're doing all the numbers from like 1 up to 2. And then you pick right up where that one leaves off and do all the numbers from like 2 to 3, and then all the numbers from 3 to 4. So that's the reason why. So we'll do our first category. Look at what numbers we have. 1.1, 1.5, 1.6. We'll do the numbers from 1 to 1.9. Then we'll do the numbers from 2 to 2.9, from 3 to 3.9, and from 4 to 4.9. And again, notice we only have 4 categories now, to where if you did it the other way, you'd have about 100. So a whole lot big, well actually probably about 40. Let's see, we've got to label this. What can we label this as? How do they do it? I'm going to label it as our, well, just our numbers, because it really doesn't tell us what, where does it? Doesn't it tell us what the, yeah, this is rainfall, my bad. So we can label it as rainfall. And over here in a histogram, frequency. How often each of them occur. And we're going to have our frequencies are going to be, let's see, I'm going to go up by twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12. Makes sense. And again, it's just like a bar graph now. How often? Frequency is how often it occurs. So the numbers from 1 to 1.9, how often do those occur? 5. So we're right here. And again, we're not going to leave a space in between. That's something that a lot of people seem like they remembered. I'm not going to go all the way over, though. I'm going to start right here. Is it okay? What? Like from here? Well, it all... Yeah, we have to. We're going straight up from there to however many there are. That's how I want you to draw it. And we are going to go straight up because there's a ton of 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of them. So I've got to go up further on my... There would be 16. So we got 15 of them. So I'm coming all the way up to 15. And then from 3 to 3.9 there are 4. And then there's only one of these. So any questions on, there's your histogram. That's it. And again, you can, even though we don't know, okay, how many days did it rain, by looking at the chart, how many days did it rain 2.4 inches or something like that. Even though we don't know that, we do know that somewhere between 2 and 2.9 inches there's a frequency of 15 different days. And instead of putting frequency, is that days that, let's see, let's read, did I pull this out of the book? What page? Well, I thought I did. I might not have. But if it is the number of days or months or whatever, you could label it as that instead of frequency if you like. Make sure too, if we did know what this information actually come from, that you put a title on your histogram the same way you do bar graph. Hang on just 1 second. This is also very notable about histograms. Make sure, sometimes you just do it without even thinking, 1 to 1.9, 2 to 2.9, make sure your ranges are all the same thing. The same length. Don't have 1 to